Hi there. Because some guys asked me on X, so I made this video to showcase the difference in control methods between this new intention-driven boxing simulator that I'm developing and all the other standard boxing and fighting games in general. Assume you played at least one fighting game in the past. Then you will know the control method they all used is command-driven. That is, you type in a certain combination of keys or buttons, right? Then your character will perform a certain motion, or more accurately, play a pre-made animation, right? Which is really not much different from typing a command in a video player and play a pre-made video, which is kind of crazy to think about it, if you ask me. This many decades after the very first Street Fighter game, modern boxing and fighting game, which is supposedly requires the most dynamic motions of all games, still using interactable video player as their character, right? I know, shocked me when I first learned this. Now, having made clear of what command-driven control truly is, let me show you how intention-driven control works. Okay, let's start with intention control for head movement. For example, when control this boxer's head movement with mouse, the head position follows the mouse position exactly. The character's movement is procedurally generated by the system, or just math, lots of math essentially, right? You can bait, pull, right? Let's do a little bit faster. Bait, pull, right? Slip, slip, roll, roll. You can even do Dempsey roll, right? Or this kind of a Hajime no Ippo version of Dempsey roll, right? Right. Ha, 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 ha. Pretty slick, right? And for the hands movement, if I hold left mouse key and just move it up, upward, downward, right, forward, backward, or around, and you can see how the hand movement is changing, right? So if I move for the right hand, the same thing, right? Forward, backward. If I move upward first, then it will become the crossover hand, right? If I move backward and downward first, then go forward, it will become uppercut, right? So this will be just like one button for 3 different type of punches. You have a straight, right, cross, uppercut. And when you throw the punch, right, as you guessed it, you literally just at any position you want, position and direction you want, you simply throw it out, right, at the right moment. That's what we call throw a punch, throw a hand, right? Of course, the speed and damage can cause of the punch, right? It entirely depends on how fast you move your hands before the punch, right? So slower, it will be a slow punch. Faster, it will be a fast punch, right? And direction, distance, you can control it precisely in the screen space, right? And same thing with hook. You have 2 more hook button, right? I'm still experimenting with controls in here, but for now, you have 2 straight button and 2 hook button, right? And same thing with hook, right? If you move your hook forward, right, it will just be like ordinary hook. But if you move it backwards and upward first, then it becomes like overhand, right? Overhand. And if you move it upward, but backward first, then downward first, then it becomes like a shovel hook, right? Or depends on where you want to hit. It may be a body hook. So it entirely depends on how you move, right? How you move entirely influence your boxer's movement, right? Or in other words, how your boxer moves entirely depends on your own movements. That's the essence behind the intention control, right? So there's no canned animations, nothing is pre-made, right? There's a saying that there's no 2 snowflakes are the same, right? In here, the same thing, right? There's no 2 different punches are the same. Everything generated in real time. So, and yeah, now the most important aspect of boxing, the footwork. Control message for this part is, well, as expected, since we're using keyboard, right? You're using W, right? S, A, D to control the movement. And because all the footwork is also generated in real time, procedurally, which means you can, right, intercept your own footwork and you can combine it, right, with punch however you want. And if you hold space key, you will change your style to more like Soviet pendulum style, right? And yeah, basically the way you move is by jumping around now. It's perfectly for point fighting, right? Or if you're more traditional fighting style, you can using the shift key to change it to skip step, or other people would like to call it gallop step, right? Yeah, so your footwork also work with everything else, right? In the system with head movement. Let me showcase it even better. Let me showcase it a little bit better. So you can move forward and then roll, right? Like Mike Tyson. Or you can move sideways. Also, just roll and punch, right? That's a big punch. You can roll this way, right? And then punch. So it entirely depends on how you moves. Well, that's pretty much it for now. Hopefully, I didn't do a demonstration too badly. Lastly, I just want to share the vision of this boxing simulator real quick. There are two core parts. First part is physics-based intention control boxing motion system, which is, well, what you just saw pretty much, plus some other components like NPC boxer system, right? Defense, damage, reaction, and the support for game controllers, environment, more boxers, so on and so forth, right? Second part is comprehensive character customization and modding tools, which enables players to not only create new boxers and new boxing styles easily within the game, but also you can mold and import any other 3D character models out there, right, into the simulator painlessly, right? That's ideal. Hopefully, many more iterations later, once all the core systems are done, the unique value of this boxing simulator will become self-evident. Of course, in the meantime, I'll keep grinding, right, keep improving, and also keep finding better ways to showcase it. In any case, thanks for watching until the end. Cheers. Until next time.